Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another Train Sim World livestream. Today we are taking a look at the Loco add-on for the newest German route in the game. And that in question is the DBBR 294 diesel shunting locomotive. So let's get into it and have some fun. So we'll start with the journey mode. It does come with its own journey. I'm on the wrong mode for starters. Just wait for it to do its thing. Indestructible V90. And you got two chapters here. Learn the basics of operating the 294 and then run services. And these are all of the kind of services and things you can do. But I want to do one. Actually, no, let's go back into that. So we've got switching at Leipzig, so let's see what that one's like, shall we? As long as it's not in the middle of the night. You could get this DLC separately if you haven't got this particular add-on. I believe it is. I think it's. Was it $12.99 in the UK? So it is quite a bit for a shunter. I do admit. Give me a second here. I'm just need to do something a minute. Okay, no. Yep. Okay, fine. I was going to find some information on the locomotive, but for some reason it ain't popping up. So. I'll have to wing it. So this one is at 3:06 in the morning, which is completely useless to me. So back we go. I'll go into the timetable and find some shunting services in the daytime. I want to put it for its paces, so ideally I want to do a shunting service and a mainline run. Okay, so we'll go to the timetable instead. So there's the 294, and actually if I back out and go into the train depot, you can see it works on a fair few routes, which is fantastic. So if you like shunting and you've got a fair few German routes, you can use this locomotive on those routes that I've just shown you. So we'll pick this one here. It's got 40 services. I think this used to have like 25 or 27. I swear it was in that kind of ballpark number wise, but I don't know, it just seems to me like it's been boosted via an update, like it's had more services added to it. But let's have a look. See what we can do here. Switching at Leipzig, that's at 5:31 in the morning, albeit that's 4 minutes long. Let's have a look. Switching at Dresden, Friedrichstadt. Where's that? Riesa to Leipzig. What about in the morning? That's a manifest service. Is there not any at the chemical plant? doesn't seem to be the case, does it? No. It's just a switching version, so... should we do this one, 1037? Why not, I suppose. Got nothing to lose, have we? Add some cloud. And we'll see what it's like. Let's get into it. So, a little bit of information about the shunter itself. It was originally known as the V90 series, and they were built in the 1960s and 1970s as heavy shunting locomotives. Their weight and power, of course, made them suitable not only for shunting long trains, but also transporting wagons to different locations. Whereas the other German shunters we have, like the 363, for example, or the Vorsler G6, I don't think that one can transport or do like mainline running, but the 294 can. The 204, I think, can as well, to a certain degree. So think of it like the 294 as an evolution of the DBR 204, which Rivet Games made, God, 5 years ago or something like that. But it is a very different cabin here compared to the 204. Let me get my words out. So let's put the lights on. Put on the tail lights. There's an instrument light somewhere. Air compressor, we'll put that to on. There it is. Okay, there. We need to release the handbrake. The sounds on this are actually fairly decent. I'm not sure if they're the same sounds from the 294 from Train Simulator. That I'm not too sure of. Do any of these work? No. PZB indicator brightness, you can adjust that if you want to do that. Just checking everything else. Engine room lights. Those are the wiper and the wiper speeds. PZB buttons. I think this is in shunting mode, yeah, so you can toggle the gear to either be in shunting mode or long distance. See that little light flashes up there as you change gear. Let's see what oh, hello. Looking out the window. So that red button will flash every time you select the gear. When you're shunting, obviously you want it in the shunting gear, but when you're transporting wagons to different destinations, you want to set it to the long distance setting. Right, let's take a look at the back. The brake cover here, what can we mess around with back here? None of those work. That's PZB, but I'm going to leave it off since we're doing some shunting. Brake mode, you can set it to either G or P. Down here, I don't think there's anything you can do that. Oh no, there's the override anti-skid button. Here's a remote control. I mean, it would be really cool if you could do this. Like in real life, there are some locomotives that are equipped with remote control, and literally, I've seen some videos of this. The engineer or the driver will get out like almost like stand at the side or walk alongside the shunter and move the shunter like it's almost like a remote control car, a little toy car. So with a remote control you can operate this real life machine like a toy car, which is just awesome. Sadly in Train Sim World you can't do that, but let's take a look at the exterior. It does come with one of those coupler where if you lower it, it automatically couples up to the wagons. So it does look a bit similar, very similar to the 204, but it's more developed, let's say. Got the fans rolling now, look. Yeah, got the correct markings. I don't know if you can actually refuel the locomotive. Very nicely made. Model is impeccable, which has always been one of Train Sim World's strongest plus points, is the modelling. It is tip top. Can you not refuel it? I don't think you can. Can't see where you can refuel it. Surely you can though, right? It's got to be a... Is this a refueling cap here? No? What is that? Would that be it there? I'm not sure. But I don't think you can refuel it. There's the battery box. Yeah, but it is a impeccable model. Yeah, good stickering. The weathering on it is okay. It would be nice if it was a little bit more high res, but that's me being a bit nitpicky. Right, let's test the horn out. It's a loud horn. That's a loud horn. So these are the controls here. It's very fiddly. Right. So what do we do? So we've got the traction lock there. That's the overcharge and the brake horn button. Right. So you unlock the control stand, because in this locomotive you do not have any seats. You have, apart from that one. But in the main driver's position you have to stand, whether you like it or not. I suppose you could get in that chair though, but in Train Sim World this is the position you'll be standing in most of the time. So we'll set it to the reverse position. This is where it gets confusing to me. The brake selection, no, I'll set it to locomotive brake. Ooh. Okay, so it's set to locomotive mode. So I'm going to release the brakes. So you have to switch it on, and that sets to normal. Right, there we go. There we go. We're on the move and we're in the groove at last. I don't know where we're going. We're going to the local industry at Dresden, apparently. Which is all the way up here, apparently. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like these little industries. You know, it gives you something to do. It's not always constantly focusing on the main line. You know, as an industry here, you've got the, you know, you've got the yard here. Sadly, all these areas are not accessible, either on foot or by locomotive. You've got the Leipzig chemical plant. I think you can do services there. And obviously you've got the Nürnberg's chemical plant. Where is that? Where is it? Is it here? It's not it, is it? Where's it gone? Somewhere around here. It's been so long. Is that it? Is that what it's called? Maybe it's got a different name now. Maybe that was it. Jeez, this thing is loud. Could just look out the back, couldn't I? From inside the cab. Is that another shunter or is that some wagons there? It's probably a set of wagons, yeah, it is. We have to stop at the end of the yard, and then I presume we're going to couple up to those wagons, or maybe those actually. Oh God, how do you stop? Right, couple to two vehicles. Okay, so it's let the brakes release. Release the brakes. Apply some power. Oh well, look, the automatic coupler has gone down by itself. Wow, didn't realise that was a thing. Right, so we got a couple to these Habins 344 wagons. That was a slam. Okay, we're in this. We've coupled up to them. What have we got to do? We got to change the brake type. So that's the train brake now. What do we connect up to? Where are we going? Ah, we're going to this industry here, so we've got to push the wagons and couple up to the next set of wagons. So set it back to the forward position, release the brakes, and we'll get going. Boy, that thing is a screamer when you're up close. So what industry is this? I wouldn't dare think what it is. Right, down the hill we go. And we're going to couple up to the next set of wagons. Just apply a bit of brake here. Don't want to go too much out of control. Right, I think we're about to enter the siding. Yeah. We're coupling up to some tankers. Alright, we're coupled up. Awesome. Right. Oh, have I got the wrong light on? Oopsie daisy. That was my mistake. Put the rear light on by an accident. Right, let's withdraw from the from this industry. See our local chemical facility. So we'll just let gravity do its thing. No need to apply power. But this is right up my street. I love shunting in Train Sim World, and you know, just serving these little local industries and is my jam. I really like doing this kind of stuff. I think we got to stop just before the crossing. Brake pressure are we at? 2, that's not too bad. Oh, I think we're on the crossing, but it doesn't matter, does it? Well, to me it doesn't. Okay. And I presume we couple up to the next set of tankers? We do indeed. switch to the front camera, get ready to couple up to the next set of tankers. Physics-wise, this 294 feels really good. I don't know how realistic it is to a 294, but it feels weighty. You know, it's not. No, it's just going to take off like an F1 car. The brakes on it aren't too bad either, regardless which brake mode you're in. It feels like it's got a bit of weight behind it, and it feels really nice to operate. Oh, hello. The brakes have decided to come back on. Right, we'll let gravity do its thing once again. So we withdraw from the chemical facility, and what would be next on the list? I would think we would be serving here, but obviously that's not going to happen in this particular service. Right, head back in the driver's cab. Right, just prepared to stop. Those brake sounds are really loud. They've got a bit of a loop to it as well, which isn't great, but the volume of it, wow, loud. For me, I don't know how loud it is for you watching, but it's loud in my headset, that's for sure. And I've got my headset at half volume, so it's loud. God knows what it must be like, even worse at full volume. So we've got to go to version track 44B. So we're going back onto the main line. Okay. Rest of the brakes. Increase power. Let's go. Just notice there it's got a little plate which I imagine gives you instructions of specific speeds you should travel at. Unfortunately it's in German, so I don't know what it would mean, what speed limits would be for, whether that's pulling a certain type of freight or whether you're running as a light loco or if you're shunting around the yard or something. But so far I'm really enjoying it. It's good fun. But then again, I would enjoy it because it's a shunting locomotive. And what's great is because it is similar-ish to the 204, you can run it on other German routes that you have in your collection. Not all of the German routes, but more than what the 204 can run on, because I think you can only do I think it's 7 services on the main Bahn of the 204. This is twice as many. Don't know what that sound is. a driver ran right through us there. We're gonna have a derailment by now. Let's decrease the power. I better get in the front camera. See where I'm going. Better start braking as we're about to come onto the main line. I do have all of the add-ons and AI installed on this route. So we should see some passenger and other freight trains going about. Just stop here. Hopefully that will please the game. It will indeed. It took me just over 30 minutes. Wow, didn't feel that long. Wow. So yeah, we served the various industries at Dresden. I presume now we will continue that, and where are we going? We're going into Leipzig itself, and we're going to the huge yard that is Leipzig Engelsdorf. Okay, I'm in reverse. Yes. So release the brakes and let's see what. Oh yeah, before I do, got to set the gear to long distance mode. Actually, let's try the PZB. See if that works, eh? You've got a red signal though, which isn't too grand. We have to wait for a little bit. Yeah, the PZB is working. Only problem is it's not working on the HUD. So I can't see what the speed is, which is a bit of a pain. Hopefully it will sort itself out. Get on the brakes. Okay. We'll just have to wait until we've been given a clearance to proceed to Leipzig and Engelsdorf yard. So a little bit more information about the as a high-speed train going to Leipzig, so that's why we have to wait. But yeah, some more stats on the 294. It's a diesel hydraulic locomotive, weighs roughly 80 tons, and has a maximum speed of 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers per hour, or 50 miles per hour. And the power output of this locomotive, in its rebuilt state, it would be 1,500 horsepower, or 1,100 kilowatts. But I don't know if this is a rebuilt version or not. I imagine it is, but I'm not too sure about that. Okay, we've been given a yellow. See if so PZB does work, but for some reason I can't see it on the HUD when I'm facing the direction of travel, so I imagine it's something to do with the HUD. It's probably the HUD having its moment. Okay, onto the main line we go. Do we have any blinds or anything like that? No, I don't think we do. That is a surprise. Yep, windows work. So we got 19 kilometers to go to Leipzig, Ingelsdorf. If you'd enjoyed this stream up to this point and you liked what you've seen so far, I'd appreciate it if you would consider hitting the thumbs up button below, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Should have a clear run into the yard, considering we're so slow. I mean, we're not mega slow, we're just slower than the mainline passenger trains. We're doing pretty well. I'll just decrease the power for now. I think those sounds like the brakes are like trying to release or something. It's very strange. It's almost like they've got a mind of their own, those brake sounds. Speed limit is 200 kilometers per hour, but we will not be able to get anywhere near that speed with this. So I think 80-ish will do. We'll just cruise all the way to Leipzig, Ingelsdorf. And then I imagine once we've reached the yard, we will have to do some shunting, maybe? I'm not sure. Unless the AI will take over it and do whatever they need to do with it. Ain't too shabby. Ain't too shabby at all. Me personally, I really like it, but I think it's a bit strange having it as an additional Loco add-on. I think they should have just chucked it in with the main route package of Bahnstrecke Leipzig Dresden. It is slightly odd as well that this route does come with a 363, so maybe this would be better served as an add-on on maybe other routes or future routes. So that's a bit strange. Interestingly, the 363 does, I think, just 3 services on this route, and all 3 of them are shunting. This has more shunting, I think, and, well, all of the mainline services. Right, let's just increase the power. Problem is there is no gauge to tell you how much power is being applied, unless they are like some sort of power gauge or something, throttle gauge. I think this 294 does need a bit of work though to the audio. The audio is very good. I think it just needs to be edited a bit better. And these sounds, like it's like air brakes or something, having a mind of its own. I don't like that. I'm not sure, maybe it is realistic, but to me, it doesn't feel like it is. Hopefully you can do more than just one shunting service here in the Dresden local industry, because I really enjoy it. I've never been up this area of the route before. Maybe I did on my first look stream, but it's pretty cool that you can serve those line-side industries. There are some industries, I think, and yards that you can't serve, like here, for example. This is the Niederau Industrial Facility. Also here, which is the Korsig Sleeper Factory. That doesn't seem to have any services either. But of course, they will have to have a much more, have to have a bigger deep dive, I think, into the services when I've got some time to kill. But one thing you'll notice with this route, regardless what you're driving, the further you get into the city of Leipzig, the worse the frame rate becomes. The performance on this route, the Leipzig end, is not good. It needs a lot of work, still, from a performance perspective. I mean, Train Sim World needs a lot of work as a whole, so that doesn't surprise you, does it? Doesn't surprise me. At least there's no horrible blurry textures this time, which is a first. See the train go by here. I love the rumble in the cab though. I love the reverb in this cab. It's modelled impeccably. Like I'm gonna keep saying it. Got the cab fan there, look. Turn it on and off. What is it with the cab light on? it doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but I imagine it will at night time. Probably gives a nice glow in the cab. We've got just under 10 kilometers to go to Leipzig Ingelsdorf. Whoa! What's happened? The power's cut out. Whoa! We're in reverse gear still, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, what's happened? The acceleration is just suddenly gone. Let's try again. Oh dear. Now the brakes have suddenly come on. What's going on here? Why are they... What's going on? Release the brakes. What are you doing? I've got the P2P on or something. No. I want it reduced. Release the brakes. How bizarre. It's almost like the locomotive must have put the reverser out set the reverser into neutral or something. But it's yeah, still in reverse. Well, bizarre. Right, we'll let the train cruise for a bit as I have a sip of tea. This train, I found interestingly, I don't think this locomotive has CIFA. I think there is a CIFA button. I think it's down here, isn't it? Obviously, it isn't operable. Is that CIFA? No. Is this CIFA? Oh, that's the CIFA button there. I'm not sure if CIFA's on by default in these locomotives, but I can't see a CIFA switch to toggle, so maybe it is on by default. I don't know. This time I will apply the brakes though, as we are going a little bit too quick. Got just over 4 kilometers to go to Leipzig Ingelsdorf. I really like the fact that in the cab, because you're standing up, you feel like you're much taller or something, like, you know, you're towering over the other trains that's going by. I'm still very surprised there's no blinds with this thing. Surely there would be blinds in real life, no? Obviously not. Right, not too far now from the yard. Hold it together, game, hold it together. Oh. Wakey wakey, game. Suddenly the frame rate's just improved the moment I toggled the names on the map. How strange. There's a top tip for you if you want to get better performance on Train Sim World. Just toggle the names on the map. Not really sure why, but there you go. I think we're going to start crossing over the tracks and enter the yard. Yep, here we go. And cross over again. Speed a bit more. Coming in a little bit too quick, but we should be okay. Okay, so we're stopping in track 125, roughly towards the end of these set of sidings here, or the end of the track. One thing I found disappointing with the freight stock in this route is that if you have the Vectron add-on from the Werke Dresden, sadly the Vectron, or many of the freight locomotives on this route, they don't use the wonderful Ineos blue coal wagons. You can't do coal services for some reason on Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden, whereas with the Werke Dresden, you could do some coal services, which is a shame because there's some beautifully modelled coal hoppers. Oh well, it's my fault. I was my phone, something popped up on my phone. Oh well, never mind. Let's return to the timetable. Well, let's see if there's something else though. What's this all about? Just needed to Okay, right, that was okay. Yeah, that was why I went through the red light. Had a message on Facebook. I had to read that. Apologies. What was we doing? The Nurtur's Chemical Works. Driver's local manifest train from Riesa RBF to Weiss. How do you say it? Weissig? Not sure. My German pronunciations are terrible, of which I apologise. Boy, that's a local manifest. Oh, switching at Leipzig Engelsdorf. Hello. That sounds... I quite like the one at Dresden, to be honest with you. I might give that another go, you know. I know it's a bit boring, but... You got one at Kosvik. It's interesting. Weissig. All at 3 AM in the morning. That's no good. Returns locomotive to sidings. Switching at Weiss... Whichever you call it. I'll try this one. Right, it's 5:30 in the morning, so we'll make it in July or whatever. Add some clouds. Hopefully it'll be bright enough. I just want to know what the yard is like. I want to put names to places visually. So this will literally take 4 minutes apparently. Okay. Right, so we've got to remember the setup procedure. Unlock the control stand. I presume we're going forwards. We're in shunting mode. Good. Brake selection. Go locomotive. Lights. Instrument lights set to maximum. Oh yeah, you can turn them on as well. Forgot to turn them on. In the other service. Apologies there. Tail lights. Air compressor. And set the indirect brake to the normal position and release the handbrake. Alright, let me get out of this chair. I want to have a look in depth a bit more. Where's the C for button on this? So that's PZB. That's the brake mode. That's the PZB mode, which is cool. Down here. Ah, there's the C for button. Just want to try it. See what it sounds like. Okay. Oh, there's PZB on the back as well. Well. I'm such an idiot. I thought there was only one PZB display. So when you're going in this direction, look across and you'll see the PZB indicators. I'm such a fool. Reverser is very sensitive. So this is the Weissig chemical facility. Have I been here before or what? Is this new? I genuinely don't know now. I haven't got Nverka Dresden installed, but I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know if this is familiar or new. It's a great facility though, look at it. Huge, huge chemical plant. And even containers as well. So we've got to go to the head shunt, so let's go there, shall we? So where are we going? To the head shunt. This has to be part of the original, right? I'm not... I swear it used to be called Nürnberg's Chemical Works, but... maybe it's been renamed. Maybe it was named incorrectly in the Werke Dresden. I honestly don't know now. Definitely have to look at this area here, either on foot or hopefully the big red shunter can do some services in that industry. That looks quite interesting. Those sidings there. Ooh, hit the buffers. Oopsie daisy. We've got a couple to 8 vehicles, so we'll set it to reverse position. Wait for me, Shunter. Let me get to the tankers first. Thank you. That was a slam. I think this locomotive also has the newer suspension physics, whatever you want to call them. Where are we going? Oh, we're going backwards. Right, okay. Just get to the rear of the train. Let's see it depart. It would be nice if it was a bit more lively, like, you know, hearing people going about the duties, machinery, and all I can hear is the machine here at this container part of the chemical plant. Get in the rear camera. So we got to stop at siding number 4, and I imagine then we then have to take it along the main line to wherever. I mean, this area looks familiar, but it feels different. It feels like Dovetail have worked on the scenery around the plant. It feels a bit more detailed compared to Novoka Dresden for some reason. Come on, let's put that power down. Come on, up the hill. .9%, Jesus. God, she's singing away. Absolute maxed out. And there's the main line. And also the signal box. Nearly there now. Alright, we'll get on the brakes now, I think. And stop. There we go. Okay, that took me just over 11 minutes. Let's return to the free run. Let's see what you can do here. We have to go to Risa and stop in siding number 8. So shunting is over now. Let's change the gear to long distance. Set the reverser to forward. Release the brakes. Set it to the train brake. Should have done it before, but I didn't. Right, let's try this PZB out. I want to see if it works. It works. Just can barely see it. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think I will. I don't think I can take that risk. I'll leave it off. But it does work. For some reason, it's just not being displayed on the hub, and I'm not confident of using this locomotive without the safety system HUD. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, on to the main line. Just wait until we've been cleared to head to the or accelerate to the permitted speed, which is 60 kilometers per hour. Let's go. Make that 100. Oh, lovely. Nice big cup of tea there. I think this locomotive comes with, I would say, I think 3 scenarios. It might be 4. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. Shame this locomotive doesn't come with an actual proper manual. I mean, when I said at the beginning of the stream I had to resort to the manual for guidance as to how to set it up, what I mean by that is the tutorial that I'd made a video on. So I made a tutorial on the 294. Very simple. Well, for me. That's a good point. I didn't check Train Simulator, see if a 294 has a manual there. That's a good point. Didn't check that, did I? Train Simulator. Another, might have been another shunter that went by there. Not too sure. So it layers into quite a few routes. Mostly some of them are quite old. So Köln, Aachen, Hamburg, Lübeck, Bremen, Oldenburg, Salzburg, Rosenheim, the Kingsecktalbahn, Frankfurt to Fluder, and the Pfalzig Ludwigsbahn, if you have that. I haven't got that route actually. I might need to pick that up on a discount and have a look at that. That's been out since the start of the year, so hopefully it's in a reasonable state. I think we just had a neutral section. Didn't realise this route had some neutral sections. Wow. Obviously it doesn't apply to us as we're a diesel locomotive. Oh, I've learned something there. Never knew this route had some neutral sections. Maybe it had neutral sections, but they weren't like simulated in the Werke Dresden. unless they were implemented when it got its upgrade in Train Sim World 4. On the map, seeing what this industry is here. It seems you could serve it. I mean, there's a little book thing there, so maybe you can. Ruderau. So we got just over 4 kilometers to go to siding number 8 at Riesa. And I imagine once we've brought the tankers into the sidings, another engineer or another AI locomotive or driver will pick the tankers up and maybe take them on to yeah, wherever they need to be. See all the markings there on the side. Deutsche Bahn cargo. I think this locomotive has had some fixes, but how many I do not know. I mean, when I first played it about 2 to 3 weeks ago, it was in a fairly decent state, to be honest with you. It's not like you couldn't drive it or anything. Maybe the sounds were a little bit not well. The sounds are okay, and they just need to be embedded a bit better into the locomotive, or edited a bit better. Particularly that noise you can hear of, like, maybe it's like the air reservoirs or the air brakes or something, whatever. I don't like that noise. It's distracting. But it might be very realistic. I honestly couldn't tell you if it is or if it isn't. Okay, we're just over a kilometre away from our final stop, I think. Yeah. Just about to cross the bridge into Riesa. As regards to the volume of the brakes being applied or released, they need to be turned down a bit. Like I said earlier, I've got my headset on half volume, and that is very loud for my ears. It's probably 10 times as loud for you. watching the stream. But we're pulling into Riesa now, so we just got to go through the station and then into the yard itself. Seems there's already another locomotive ready to commence its duties. I think my only quibble with this route as regards to the yards is that there needs to be a lot more wagons and things like that, static stock. It's a bit too empty. There might be because of Dovetail maybe tried it in development and the route performance just, well, collapsed. But some more static stock would be nice. Maybe some longer shunting services, maybe. But other than that, I've got very little to complain about. Yeah, you can see the other 294 there ready to take some tankers, empty ones maybe, to the chemical plant. One thing is for certain, I definitely need to master these brakes. Alright, that took me just under 14 minutes. I want to go back to the freeway. What happens now? So we uncouple 3 vehicles. Oh, so we're splitting the tankers, are we? Come on. There we go. Right, where are we going to take them? All the way here. Okay. Hey Ben Davis, hope you're well. What do I think of this train? You know what, it is decent, I'll give it that. It's pretty good to operate, no doubt about it. It adds like 40 odd services to this route alone. It's chunky, it feels chunky, you know, it feels like kind of realistic. The sounds are excellent but need to be edited better. And I think it is good, but I think it would be so much better if the sounds were edited a little bit better, particularly with the brakes. Just the volume needs to be turned down for once. And some looping to be flattened on some of the sounds of the locomotive, either at idle or at like under some acceleration. But overall, it is modelled very, very well. It's an excellent model. There can be no doubts about it, and you can use this on other German routes, which is a big plus point. Certainly, much more useful compared to the 204 that River Games made 5 years ago. So I would say pick this up on a discount. It needs a bit of work to it, there's no doubt about that. But it is a good shunting locomotive. Is it my favourite? I do like the G6, I must be honest, by TSG. But I've always liked this locomotive, this style of, this type of shunter. So I'm pleased that Dovetail brought it to the game, but I think it needs a little bit of work still. Coupled maybe with some longer shunting services, then I'm happy. But yeah, get it on the discount, that's what I'd say. It's good, but it can be much, much better. I will have to take a look at the other timetables on other German routes and see what kind of shunting this can do. Right, so we've got to reverse into siding 28. Right, I think all we have to do is just park it in the siding here, and I think that will be that. Be quite interested to compare actually the G6 to the 294. See which one can do the most services on all the German routes I have. I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, about to come to a stop. There we go. That took me just under 7 minutes. What happens now? Wait for a schedule, service at 16:46. Wow, that's a long old wait. But I won't be waiting that long, thank you very much. So yeah, there we are. I think I've put it through its paces. I've done a couple of mainline runs and some shunting. So, what do I think of it? Is it worth your pounds and pennies or euros or whatever currency you use? Yeah, I mean, it is a good locomotive. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, but it is a good locomotive. The model is fantastic. The sounds are good, but could be a bit better, like edited better. And I think even though it adds, as you can see, 40 services, I would like to see some of some more shunting in particular. I know it's a bit of a nitpick, but I prefer shunting more than mainline runs, to be honest with you. And it just seems to me that like I reckon Dovetail could have pushed the boat out a bit more with the amount of services this thing can do, because I think it could do a lot more, particularly in some industries that don't have any type of shunting, regardless if that's with the 294 or with the G6 you can use, or the 363. And I'll show you. Look, the red 363 does some shunting, but not many. And I think that's the same. I think the same goes for the G6. Yeah. But it is useful on other routes. And before I do leave Bahnstrecke Riesa Dresden, it does come with a set of 3 scenarios. Can't be contained. Chemical Chaos, that looks like a good one. And Leipzig's Big Helper, that looks like a good one too. But yeah, I think you can use it on, let's just check. It's got 2008. Where is it then? Apparently you can use it on this route. No, maybe you can't. Salzburg-Rosenheim, can you use it on here maybe? Nope, okay. Thought you could. Can you use it on Frankfurt-Fulda? Nope, okay. What about Hamburg-Lübeck then? Hey, you can use it on the Hamburg-Lübeck. That's something. I don't think it'll be on this route. This doesn't have any shunting at all. Okay, no. Mine's Koblenz, but maybe. Would it be on here? No. Main Spuzzebahn. Let's have a look. Can you use it on here? I don't think you can. Nope. The main Taubahn, can you use it on that? Maybe? Nope. Not Rapid Transit. What about Ruhr-Signord? Can you use any on there? Yeah, you can use not all of the shunting, but mainly logging duties and a cement service. Rhein-Ruhr-Osten. Yeah, you can. Okay, it's not shunting per se. It's hauling some mixed freight and petroleum and intermodal up and down the route. That's an interesting twist there. What about S-Bahn-Vorburg? Can you use it on here? Nope, you cannot. Don't think it'll be on Semmeringbahn. That's around a ramp. You should be able to use this. No, can't use it there either. Okay. Apparently you could use it on like Kingsigtalbahn and Salzburg-Rosenheim and all them lot. And Bremen-Oldenburg, but it's not being displayed for some reason. Let me just click on the depot of the locomotive. Yeah, so you can, I mean, you can use on some routes, but not as many as I thought. Especially considering, you know, this could run on the main line too. So, yeah, what's that? 1, 2, 4 other German routes. What about the... let's find it. The G6. What can you use that on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routes. Okay, so this has the upper hand. It can run on one extra route, which is Taranta Ramp. and the main tail bomb. The 365, that does just 2. And the 363, where's that then? Probably further down, isn't it? Where is it? There it is. Dresden to Leipzig, that does 4 routes. That has 2 routes. The red one has 4 extra routes, and all these different variants. I'm not really sure why, to be honest. Finally, I'll just check Schnellfahrstrecke, Castle Würzburg. Quite interested to see, what does that do? Is that because of the new timetable? Gotta pick which one. I think it's this one. Oh, that's cool. So you can do some shunting and some local manifest on Kurlaken. I don't think that's the case on all the other timetables. No, just in the revamped one. But yeah, I think I'll call it a day. I'll have to investigate as to why maybe it's not appearing on other timetables. It's probably because the game's a bit broken at the moment as regards to the user interface and timetables. But yeah, out of 10, I'll give it a 7. I think that's fair enough. If they could just clean up the sounds a bit more, maybe put it to work on maybe other German routes, not just for shunting but mainline running, and maybe in future add some more services into Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden, you know, for shunting and other industries that you can't in the game. Then yeah, I'd say this would be a very decent product. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me, and I'd say pick it up on the discount. So there we go, that concludes the stream on the first look at the DBBR 294. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.